Hello and welcome to Logan Rando Aquascaping, and today I have some really exciting news that I've been dying to share. And it's probably easiest to just kind of show you guys. I am going to be the brand new host of the Boost Plant YouTube channel. And this is such a cool opportunity for me because I've been a fan and a customer of Boost Plant for probably around 4 or 5 years. I've been buying all my aquarium plants from them, as well as UNS Rimless Tanks for several years. So when they approached me and asked me to collaborate with them and host their YouTube channel and provide educational content, it was pretty much an immediate yes for me. That was one of my big goals with starting my own YouTube channel, being able to collaborate with cool companies that I have a lot of respect for and that are advancing the hobby. So I want to get this out of the way as soon as possible so there's no misunderstanding. I will absolutely still be producing weekly content for my own channel, and this is going to lead to a lot more interesting and creative content because by having Boost Plant as a supporter and a collaborator, I'm going to be able to get access to all sorts of cool materials like hardscape and tanks and beautiful healthy plants so that I can do more builds on this channel. That said, you're also going to see this face on the Boost Plant channel moving forward because I'll be producing original kind of educational and inspirational content for that channel. So lots of stuff on the basics of aquascaping, you know, things like how to cycle an aquarium, the basic gear you're gonna need to start your first aquascape, as well as some cool builds. So I'm super excited to be doing that, but make no mistake, I'm still gonna be putting a ton of effort into this channel and producing even better content now that I have Boost Plant as a supporter. So with that out of the way, I'm super excited to be bringing you guys content on both channels, and I want to talk about some of the really cool hardscaping materials that Boost Plant sent me. So I kind of want to walk you guys through a few of my favorites, and then if you could do me a favor and let me know down below in the comments which one you'd like to see me work with first. I'd love to take your suggestions and then kind of build something that the community is really looking forward to. So over here we have the beautiful Hakkai Stone, which is really one of my dream stones. This is a stone that comes from Japan and was made very famous by Takashi Amano. It's used very beautifully in the Nature Aquarium Gallery, and it is really, really dense. I mean, you won't know until you encounter this stone in person, but it's extremely heavy. So acquiring it can be very difficult, and Boost Plant was kind enough to send me a beautiful sampling of it, but it just has this beautiful sort of greenish tint to it, and it just looks really mystical and natural and ancient. And then next up we have the mountain stone, and this is really interesting because of the texture. So I'm always talking about how much I appreciate texture with hardscape. I'm always looking for character and different striations and really rocks that kind of stand out. And this mountain stone almost looks like the surface is composed of sand, like you'd see on like sandpaper. So it has a lot going on, and it's really, really intricate and kind of has a delicate texture to it. So I think there's a lot of potential doing an iwagumi with this, or, you know, even some sort of a diorama because of all the detail you find in the stone. And then next up with the stone, we have something a little bit more simple. This is the Icelandic lava stone, and I think a lava stone is sort of an all-time classic. You pretty much can't go wrong with it. It's very versatile, but this Icelandic lava stone has some unique color to it. It's a little bit different than the black or the red lava stone you typically find. So that's why it caught my eye, and I think we could do something simple that's really beautiful with this and really makes the plants pop out. And one of the more peculiar and interesting hardscape types I want to introduce you to is the UNS Strata. So this is a resin molded artificial piece of hardscape that is designed to very, very closely resemble a really beautiful outcropping of rocks. And I got to admit, when I heard about the Strata, I was a little bit skeptical. It's like, you know, I'm so used to working with real materials. The idea of something artificial, you know, really kind of turned me off. But then I opened it up, got my hands on it, and I was like, wow, this stuff is really beautiful. So, you know, if you're the type of person who doesn't want to individually source rocks and wood and, you know, little pieces here and there, you kind of have a really beautiful all-in-one option with the Strata, and I myself am really intrigued to scape with it. So if this is something you'd like to see me work with, let me know down below in the comments. And then finally, my favorite wood type that Boost Plant sent me is the dragon wood. And this is something I haven't seen used a ton. We see a ton of dragon stone in aquascaping, but not so much dragon wood. I think this is a little bit more rare. And I'm just really drawn to the pores and all the texture and the grain in it. I think lends itself really, really nicely to aquascaping. This is gonna be one of those wood types that it just does all the work for you because it is so beautiful. So those are my favorite hardscape types. Let me know down below in the comments which ones you'd like to see me work with first. And with all this new hardscape, we're gonna need something to scape it inside of. And that's where these two tanks come in handy. So I have two 45cm tanks that are both a little bit different from one another. So the first one is the UNS 45A. Beautiful rimless look, beautiful mitered edges, minimal silicone, but this one is called the 45A because it's their all-in-one aquarium. So the filtration is actually built into the back in a pretty sleek way. There's room for biomedia, a sponge, you could pop a heater in there, and it's very nicely hidden behind this like black background. So that's pretty cool. And then on the other end, we have the more traditional, just classic rimless 45U. And the cool thing about these UNS tanks that sort of differentiates them from other brands is that the UNS tanks, they're a little bit more designed with the golden ratio in mind. So you lose a little bit of height, but you have extra depth with these footprints. And that's really important when you're working in any aquascape, but especially in a small footprint like a 45cm, because depth and layers really are what kind of separates an aquascape from looking two-dimensional and a little bit amateur to something more intriguing and nuanced and inviting. So I'm excited to work with either of these, but I'd love to hear your feedback. What would you like to see me work with first, the all-in-one tank or just that classic 45U? So lots of stuff to consider, and I want to end this video by just stating how grateful I am for this community, for supporting my content. Yes, I'm still a very small, humble channel, but the growth I have seen since September of 2021 has been, really humbling, and I appreciate all the support, and I'm really grateful that Boost Plant has reached out to me because, like I said, I've been a fan of theirs for many years, and it's gonna be really cool creating content for them. But lots of cool stuff coming on this channel, as well as the Boost Plant channel. I'll put all the important links you need to know about down below in the description, and I will see you guys soon for a brand new build. Bye-bye.